Good evening. We welcome you tonight for this wonderful event. My name is Ritenour. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for the Ritenour School District, and it is my pleasure to serve as MC tonight. I am proud to be involved with the Adult Education Program because the program helps not only the students in the program, but it helps the whole Ritenour community. Research shows that the Adult Ed program helps raise the literacy level in the graduates' homes and therefore raise the literacy level of their children. It also increases the earning power of the graduates, which raises the economic level of our community. Graduates, congratulations on achieving this next step in your educational journey. This is a significant moment in your life, and one that I know you will never forget. We are so honored you could all join us tonight to celebrate the success of these students. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Chris Kilburn.
Good evening, all. Good evening, graduates. At this time, I'd like to introduce the members of the Ritenour Board of Education, a team of 7 that I work very closely with to make decisions in the best interest of all of our students. Board members, when I call your name, if you would please take your place. With us this evening, Director Ruth Bell Greco sends her regards and was not able to be with us this evening. We have Director Miss Lisa Glover-Jones. Director Mr. Tom Drennan. Director Ms. Penny DeGardi. Director Dr. Stacy Alban Wilson. Vice President Ms. Jennifer Lomas. And our Board President, Dr. Brad Thomas. The board team is a team of 7 who allow us to make decisions in the best interest of students and run an efficient and effective organization that partners with the community to produce graduates who become productive citizens that lead lives of personal integrity and fulfillment. Every student in Ritenour will learn and grow at high levels. Every student in Ritenour will graduate prepared for college and career. And every student in Ritenour will meet the attendance standard of 90-90. If we achieve these goals, we'll be successful, regardless of the narrative or any rhetoric. You are students in the Ritenour School District. We have these expectations for you, and you have met the challenge. Many of you have overcome obstacles that others would be unable to surmount. Thank you for your display of grit and perseverance. The district thanks you, your family, and this community needs you and your leadership. In Ritenour, we have the pursuit of excellence in all that we do. This pursuit of excellence means having a vision of reaching and teaching every student every day while mastering the details of our work. People will have the perspective that you have to get the little things right before we can focus on the big things. The reality is we must focus on both simultaneously. We must have a vision that all students will graduate from Ritenour programs prepared for success in college and career, whether your choice is enrollment in college, enlistment in the military, or employment in the world of work. Soon, graduates, you'll be making the choice for the rest of your life. In addition to that vision, we have to have structures in place that address details such as the college application process, support for success on the ASVAB test, as well as internship opportunities to prepare you for success in the world of work. This combination of vision and details will put all of our graduates on the path to success and the path to giving back to this community. Excellence is something that's rarely, if ever, achieved. In fact, if it's truly excellence that we seek. Rather, the journey towards excellence is where the value lies. We can make excuses, but in reality, none of the excuses hold water. We have the students, we have the staff, and we have the facilities to support the making of wonderful things happen for every student. As graduates of the AEL program, you are a member of the Ritenour family, and we have an expectation of excellence for you in your future endeavors. As a member of this Ritenour family, you have the responsibility to act and speak with pride. I challenge you, each of you, to commit to acting and speaking with pride as members of the Ritenour family for the remainders of your days. Graduates, congratulations, and I'm confident that you're going to be successful in the next step of your lives. And now, graduates, at this time, I call Board President Dr. Brad Thomas to the podium.
Good evening. I'll get some things out of the way. First of all, from the Board of Education, I tell you, we are just as excited as we can be, as you are, for this night. To see these graduates come up here and graduate and move on to the next chapter in their lives is just awesome. It is. And we should hear that. My thoughts for these guys, for you. You're their support system, by the way. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
That's right.
You know that. They know that. But I want you to think about this, graduates and support staff. In a few moments, a chapter is going to stop. They're going to put a period on this chapter of their life. It'll be ended. Page turns. They walk out this door. The next chapter starts. You know what you already wrote. You know what already happened. What's going to happen next? No excuses?
None.
Can't do this? Don't want to hear it. So what's next? The great part about this graduation is when each one of them comes up here, they're going to tell us a little bit about their plans. The announcer is going to say, they're going to this school, going to this job, they're going to go into the Air Force, military, wherever it is. We're going to hear about that. I want it done. You can do it.
Man.
You can. Every one of you can. And that's why we're proud of you. Because we know that first chapter is not nearly exciting as the next one. Because the future holds boundless opportunities for each and every one of our graduates. To the support people, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, daughters, sons, nieces, nephews, everyone, neighbors, stay there with them. Don't let them go. Keep pushing as you push them to get to here tonight. One last thing. When our graduates come up here, we got to hear. Let them know that you're here too. You were here for them when they were studying. You're here for them for the graduation. Celebrate as a group. Work as a group. Achieve as a group. Graduates, congratulations. And I look forward to hearing many more things in the next chapter of your life. Thank you all for being here tonight. Have a wonderful night.
Next, it is my honor to introduce the Director of the Ritenour Adult Education and Literacy Program, Ms. Karen Musetti.
Education Graduation Ceremony. I am so happy to share our students' success with you this evening. I would like to congratulate our graduating students on a job well done. The completion of this task demonstrates your commitment to personal achievement through education, which is truly the surest path to success. Many of you are starting college this year. Most of you are starting college this year. And I'm so excited for the opportunities that you've created for yourselves, your families, and this community. We are all better for your achievements. Education is hard work for the students, for sure. But education can only be accessed through a supportive community. This year, Ritenour Adult Education and Literacy will serve nearly 300 students, advancing their literacy levels and helping them get ready for college and the workforce. On behalf of all those students and myself, I would like to thank the Ritenour Board of Education for investing in Ritenour families through adult education. I would also like to thank our superintendent, Dr. Chris Kilbride, and the Ritenour School District administrative team for daily lending their talents and their time and their support to this program. We appreciate you. I would like to thank our community partners that support this program. The Adult Education Advisory Board, the Kiwanis of Ritenour, Community Action Agency of St. Louis, and the St. Louis County Library Rockford Branch. Our community partners help us to shape this program to the needs of the Ritenour community and help us to leverage the necessary resources that make this program great. With their assistance, our students receive case management services, testing fee aid, transportation assistance, and family literacy events where parents and children can celebrate learning together. I would also like to thank all of the guests here tonight. I think it's already been said, but I'd like to say it again. Without you, this can't be done. Thank you for supporting your loved ones on this journey. Finally, the students and I would like to thank those who make up the engine that drives this program. The talented and extraordinary Ritenour Adult Education and Literacy staff. Please stand, staff members. I know you're everywhere. We would like to thank you. Each day you help students make their lives better. Thank you for your dedication and your commitment to students and their success, to literacy, and to community education. Your good work is appreciated. So thank you. Everyone enjoy the ceremony.
We are honored to have a number of graduate speakers with us this evening. Ritenour AEL graduates, we congratulate and applaud you for your accomplishments. What we make of our opportunities defines who we are. And through your achievement today, you truly have expanded the number of opportunities that are available to you and the children of our district. Your example directly shows your children the importance you put on education. We are all very proud of you for this achievement. We have chosen a number of student speakers to represent your class this evening. Tonight's first speaker is Sylvia Azurdia.
Good evening, family, friends, instructors, and graduates. Well, we did it. Yes. We all accomplished one of the major steps in the journey of our lives, one that should be recognized for its immense significance. It is an act not only of personal commitment, but also one of pride. We all worked hard to get to this day, and our work did not go to waste. I used to feel ashamed of myself for not being able to finish school when I had the chance. Having a baby at age 17, being a teenager, and not knowing what I wanted. But 12 years passed, and finally I decided it was time for me to continue with my education. But having to go to class every day, having a job, bills coming every month, 2 daughters, and a husband didn't make it any easier. So I have to thank my daughters for being my biggest inspiration. Thanks to my husband for his patience and believing in me. My mom for always being there for me and telling me that I was capable of achieving my goals. My brother for always helping me answer all the questions I had when doing my homework. And of course, Miss Karen for supporting me and believing in me. Graduation is not an end goal itself. It is instead a part of a larger journey of life. Wherever your future takes you, let it take you somewhere. Life is a journey, and all accomplishments we achieve during its course should be taken as starting points for further achievements. Our graduation should serve as a launching point, projecting us to wherever our future are meant to take us. Whether we land ourselves a career or continue our education at college or vocational school. We've already shown our commitment to personal growth by making it to this ceremony today. But I hope that soon all of us can experience another ceremony when we graduate from our programs. As I mentioned before, life is a journey. We don't stop growing once we get our diplomas. Life is about growing, and we don't have to stop there. This graduation has already shown us how capable we all are of accomplishing our goals when we commit ourselves to them. I hope all of us here today can take this personal accomplishment as an example of how anything is truly possible when we put our minds to it. As we all continue in our lives, let us take each new problem on with confidence, knowing that we have achieved great heights and are equipped with the necessary tools to tackle our futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. And now I invite Letitia Coleman to say a few words.
I am attending St. Louis Community College at Forest Park this summer. In fall semester, my major is Health Information Technology. I would like to thank my kids, my fiance, and the entire Ritenour staff for all of your support. First of all, I would like to thank God, because without Him, I would not have achieved my high set. Secondly, I would like to thank my teacher, Tony, for putting up with my sometimes late and always snacking self. Miss G for your tough love. And thank you, Miss Karen, for being so patient and sweet. Together, you guys make an awesome team. And to all of the Ritenour staff, friends, and family for your encouragement, your love, and your support. Don't be afraid to be afraid. Through your fears, you become empowered. Your hard work and determination will always be your driving force. In July 2012, my son had open heart surgery at just 2 years old. And his only complaint was the IVs in his arm. It was one of the most scariest things a parent could go through. I went back and forth with my confidence and motivation, having failed several attempts at achieving my high set after my son's surgery, but I never gave up. With my son's strength, my beautiful daughter and fiance right by my side, finally, I see that it was only fear, false evidence appearing real. As I stand here tonight as a high school graduate, I can honestly say, when you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you.
Thank you, Letitia. Now I would like to invite Stephen Wallen to share his thoughts.
Hi guys, I'm Stephen Wallen. I was a student at Ritenour, where I was a great student and an athlete. But something happened in my life that prevented me from finishing school. After I dropped out, I went right to work with the intention to finish school and someday go to college. 10 months ago, I was blessed with my daughter Iris. My wife and my daughter are my inspiration to finish. During my pursuit for my high step, I was diagnosed with severe sleep apnea. For those who don't know what that is, it's when your airway closes while you sleep, which causes you to wake up gasping for air. In return, never allowing you to get any rest and making you tired all the time and never having energy. But I fought on, never to give up. Walter Elliott said, "Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after another." I persevered. We all persevered. Everyone has had their struggles and their own obstacles to get here today, but we all did it. Winning the short races. The question now is what's next? The answer is simple. We chase our dreams. Henry Ford said, "You never fail until you stop dreaming." We aren't failing, right? No, we are those who persevere. So dream big, chase those dreams, win the short races, and finish that long race. Then, when you get there, drink some more. Before I go, I wanted to give some shout outs and thank yous. I want to thank God for helping me.
Yes, amen.
I want to thank my wife, my daughter, and my family for believing in me and always having my back. I want to thank Ms. Kay for being so flexible with me and all the encouragement she gave me. Lastly, but not least, I want to thank Mr. Crowder for instilling a passion for history, which helped me score a perfect score on my social studies test. Thanks again.
To the rest of our graduation speakers, I know we can be nerve-wracking up here. But as you come up, remember and feel the love in this room. And everything will be fine. Thank you, Stephen. Now I'm proud to introduce Diane Bradshaw.
I'm sorry, I may cough between the times because I have like a respiratory infection. But nothing is going to make me miss today.
Amen.
So I'm going to start over. Hello, my name is Diane Bradshaw. I live my life by the motto, live, laugh, love. I am 43 years old, mother of 6 beautiful children, and I have been waiting on this day for 25 years. life happens, my life has not been easy. I've been through a lot, including being homeless. In '96, I was pregnant with 3 children, and I was homeless, spending most nights sleeping in a car. Those were hard and difficult times, and in fact, the fact that I did not have my high school diploma made it just as hard. I was married to an abusive man. My children and I were hurt by our years. I'm sorry, but we continue to push forward. I was very anxious about starting school again. Could I do it, or would I crash and burn? My fiance and my children encouraged me to get my high school so that I could go to college. I think they were more excited than I was. Truthfully, I was scared. I know that they believed in me, and I was very excited. I know that they believed in me, and I kept pushing forward to succeed. I was very excited when I got high scores on my test, especially the math test. Truth be told, I was only shooting for an 80, but scored so much higher. My fiance and 4 of my 6 children are here tonight. Thank you for your support. I love you. I got a job as a cashier and worked my way up to customer service assistant. Without any type of college degree, I knew the manager position that I was shooting for was not in sight. When you don't have your high school diploma, you feel stuck. There is never enough money, and you just feel like you cannot get ahead. I've always wanted more. I love working with people, but I don't want to work in customer service the rest of my life. I want a career. I want to be an accountant. No, scratch that. I will be an accountant. I have a family to be proud of. I have 4 children that have graduated high school with 2 left. I have 2 children that are in college, and I have 1 that will be entering grad school in the fall. Love, many needs. Education is the most important thing. It's the one thing that no one can take from you. Remember that. I live my life by the motto of live, laugh, and love. Live like there is no tomorrow, laugh until it hurts, and love like you've never loved before. To all the graduates, stand and be proud. And to the future graduates, keep pushing forward. I believe in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Holly Lanham now would like to share a few words.
Hello. Mine's short and sweet. I would like to thank my kids.
Yes.
Hey, Gordon.
Man.
My uncles, my cousins, my church family. God, this God, this care. They had odds and play to help me push through and encourage me to get my education. I dropped out at 17. I became a teenage mom. I have 5 beautiful, wonderful children, which I'm very proud of. It took me 20 years to come back to get my GED. But I did it, and it only took me a couple of months. I passed with flying colors.
Amen.
I told Miss Karen and Miss Dawn I wanted to finish by the end of the year. That was in October, and I took my last test December 6th and passed. My plan is to go back to college for my nursing degree. Since I've got my GED, I have got a better job making more money, and I plan on buying my own house at the end of the year. I am truly blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Now would Melanie Phelps please join us?
Hi, I'm Melanie Phelps, and first of all, I would like to thank all of the teachers and secretaries at the Ritenour Adult Learning Center, because without them, we would not be here tonight. So let's give them all a hand for keeping this program. So I was asked to speak tonight to tell my story. Well, here it is. I got lost. I only thought about making others happy, never thought about myself. I worked 2 jobs most of my late teen and adult life. I even joined a GED program in Georgia for about 3 seconds. They didn't seem to want to help me, they just were there for a paycheck. So I wound up in the same boat, 2 jobs, not thinking about my future, living paycheck to paycheck. So 3 years ago, I walked into the Ritenour Adult Learning Center with my cousin. I took a pretest, and much to my surprise, I heard nothing but praise. Of course, I needed to brush up on a few things, but even then, I was working 2 jobs, so I knew I couldn't commit to the class. But let me tell you, when I was ready to commit to this class, and I put in the extra time, the way they treated me was why I went back. I walked in with no fear and negativity of being judged, no fear of being judged for negativity for not knowing anything. So with the support of my amazing wife, Patricia, my mother, Sandra, and the staff at the Ritenour Adult Learning Center, I finally did it. And now I can go to college, further my career, so I can make enough money to work 1 job.
Thank you, Melanie. Now I would like to invite Percy Wilson to share his thoughts.
It was such a hard road. I can't even explain it. It's hard to explain, but I can say it. When I first started here at Ritenour, it wasn't always the easiest. But my teacher, Coach Kim, Jake Kim, and Miss Collins, they still stood by me, even though I dropped out and I came to the Ritenour Adult Learning Center. But if I could have changed anything, I wouldn't change it at all. I just want to thank God, thank my family, my mom, my grandmother, my grandfather. We struggled so much, and no matter what, my mom it put such a big impact on me. It made me push harder, strive more for this.
That's right.
Man. Not having a father in my life was probably one of the hardest things I could deal with, but my grandfather, that's the closest thing to a father figure I have, and I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. I want to thank all my teachers and everyone who supported me through this hard time in my life, and I pushed through it. And in the fall, I would like to start college with computer technology and start to take care of my family and support them like they supported me.
You can do it.
Thank you, Percy. Allison Hogan will now say a few words.
I'm really nervous.
You can do it.
Hello, my name is Allison, and at first I was extremely hesitant about speaking in front of a large amount of people. Especially because I wasn't sure if I was very proud of myself for graduating at the age of 21. I was worried about what others would think or say, and it was then that I realized what my problem was when I was 18 and going to high school. I now realize that I am a lot stronger than I seem, I'm braver than I believe, and I'm smarter than I think. And I've gone through a lot to learn that. Life hasn't always been a smooth ride. I was a very rebellious child growing up. I always liked to be right and make everything a competition. I wasn't ever a very good student, and it wasn't because I couldn't have been. It was just because it wasn't working to me. In elementary school, I started out a little behind. I went from going to a private school for preschool and kindergarten to not going to school first and second grade. In third grade, I felt clueless and helpless when I started my first year at public school. I sat in a room full of kids with their hands up and eager to yell out answers to the teacher's questions. While I sat there with my head down, praying I wouldn't be called. In middle school, things started to look a little up for me. I started to really understand and dedicate myself to my work. I would stay after school when I had to. I started making the honor roll and GPAs I was proud of. I had some of the best teachers at home and in Remington. In high school, I started to let things get out of hand. I was now a small fish in a big sea. I started making friends and getting into relationships and putting them before my education. I started making childish choices, thinking I was an adult, and finally I made the decision to work instead of going to school. I made the decision with only 6 months left in my senior year, and I was supposed to graduate from Padville in 2014. When I walked into the Adult Learning Center Wednesday, November 16th in 2017 for orientation, I walked over to I walked in the front doors and I put myself up to my parents. I wanted them to be proud of me, and to be quite honest, I was tired of saying I will and ready to say I did. If I stood up here and told you the process was easy, I'd be lying. If I stood up here and told you it wasn't worth it, if I stood up here and told you it was worth it, well, then I'd be telling the truth. Although my days at the Adult Learning Center were short and numbered, I met a lot of good people that will always have a special place in my heart, like Miss Dee, Miss Karen, Miss Dawn, and all my classmates. They weren't only people I sat in a room with from 9:30 o'clock in the morning until 2:30 o'clock p.m. on Tuesdays. They are my family. People who sat and dealt with similar struggles, and we bonded over them. People who wanted me to succeed as much as I wanted myself to succeed. People who saw my imperfections and still accepted me for who I am. I'm proud of the people that are here standing on stage with me, as well as the people who are at home on summer break. You all took a leap of faith to better your future and your life. So even if you feel embarrassed or uncomfortable about your education status, just know that I'm on your team and I couldn't be happier for you. It's people like us that make the world go round, people that are willing to work hard and spend hours on top of hours learning things they've learned years ago. People who are one math problem away from closing the book and giving up. People who see the finish line and instead of walking towards it, run at it with every ounce of energy they have left.
Thank you, Allison. Tonight's last speakers are Shalina Nettles and her sons Micah and Cameron.
Hello everyone, my name is Shalina Nettles, and these are my boys, Michael and Cameron. And they wanted to honor me tonight by saying a few words about what my education means to them. Cameron? Mike is going to read it for Cameron. Where's your paper?
Hi, my name is Cameron. I go to Marvin Elementary. I love school, and my favorite teacher is Miss Murray. My mom helps me with homework, and sometimes I help her. I play the violin, and I am in some fun clubs. I get good grades, so I can go to college, just like my mom, and I want to be a super good writer, just like my mom. Hi, my name is Micah, and I go to Ritenour Middle. A while ago, I fell behind in school because of some health problems. I saw my mom working hard on her schoolwork, even though she had some problems too. And I wanted to work as hard as her to make her proud, like I am of her. I know she wants to make a better life for us by going to college and getting a good job. At the end of this year, I get an award for bringing my grades back up. I'm going to go to college just like my mom, so I can become a businessman.
I love you too. I am so proud of you. I am truly honored to be here tonight. First, I would like to recognize my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I know it was only He who carried me this far. I wouldn't have made it without Him.
All right, now you better say it.
My life's journey started when I became a mother at 16. My kids and I struggled. My 4 children and I struggled. I have 2 daughters, Shalia and Melanie. I have Mike and Cameron. And we all struggle together to keep food on the table and to pay the bills. One of the hardest things for me as a single mother was to have to work so hard to support my family. This was why I started school again for like the 3rd time, so I could increase what I was able to earn and take the best care of my family. Now, because of this, I know I can do anything. I would like to thank my two beautiful angels, my mom and my auntie Pauline. For helping me through these hard times with my kids and maintaining my bills and all of our needs. You are my true guardian angels. My children are doing well, and I am so proud of them, and I am so grateful to you two for helping me from being a single young mother to becoming this beautiful Black woman. This past week I had to take my last test, and I watched my mom in the ICU fighting for her life. And she taught me how to be a soldier, because as I watched her sit there and fight for her life, I watched her pull the tubes out of her throat. And the doctor said she don't need those tubes because she's breathing on her own. Now I know how to be a fighter. I am going to college in the fall, and I can't wait to become my aunts and my mom guardian angels. I know that they need me now too, especially my mom, and I'm going to take care of them both. Thank you guys for being my biggest cheerleaders. And I want to say, my mom couldn't be here tonight, but I want to say thank you to her for teaching me not only how to lead by example, but how to be a mother. I would also like to thank my church family that's here tonight, and the rest of my family that is here to support me tonight, and the Ritenour School District, and my amazing teacher, Miss Karen, who has encouraged me and been my greatest inspiration throughout this journey. And I would like to leave you all with this small footnote. Just remember that as we lead by example, that throughout life's journeys, when you fall, the only way from there is up. Never let anyone tell you that you can't, because you can. And dreams are made to come true. God bless you.
Thank you, Shalina, Micah, and Cameron. Let's hear it one more time for all of our graduates. Now we are honored to hear from our keynote speaker this evening. But before we meet Mr. Ken Crowder, I want to ask Overland Mayor Mike Schneider to join me on the stage. Mayor Schneider is a 1969 Ritenour graduate and a member of the Ritenour Hall of Fame. He joins us tonight to introduce our keynote speaker.
Good evening, everyone. Graduates, I would like to congratulate you again. As I told you in the back room, this is not the end, this is the beginning. With that, I have the opportunity to introduce a very, very good friend of mine. This, too, was also a man who thought that after 39 years of teaching in the Ritenour School District, that he'd come to not the crossroads of his life, but to a dead end. Well, that wasn't quite the case. He ran into me, and he hasn't taken and stopped running ever since. So I would like to introduce my good friend, Ken Crowder, to the stage. Ken?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've heard some applause this evening that I would give maybe a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, here's the plan, because these guys will get away from me directly, I'm going to turn around here and shake every hand that's wearing one of those square hats. And I want you to clap until I get back here. Raise the ceiling, would you, for these people? I called Karen 3 times today, did I not? Thinking that somehow that would make the day go quicker. You know, not only are you this evening completing your study to get your high school education equivalent credential, but you now also have a lifetime membership in the Ritenour community. I'm going to make the case here momentarily that community membership has the potential of being a big a deal as the high school equivalency. I come to this microphone this evening proud and humbled and convinced that I'm the perfect fit to be the speaker this evening, and I'd like to start with the proud. It is so extremely a feeling of pride that I will take with me the rest of my life to be included in this evening, this special evening for these special people. Let's talk about the humbled. You know, getting an education was simple for me. It was a cakewalk. Grade school was easy. High school grades came easy. Supportive home, you know, both parents. A mom that was home, didn't work. When it got to be high school and college, they provided me with a car. I'm humbled to be in the presence of these young people. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I know their stories. Some of these people have been to my business meetings at Artman's Funeral Home, the business development meetings that I chair. Some of these people I know from the community. A couple of them were in my history class at Ritenour Middle. You see, when I was a student, I wasn't a single parent. The bill collector wasn't nipping at my heels. I didn't have to work 3 jobs and work studying in between going to work. I didn't have a language barrier where ordering a meal at McDonald's was a struggle. There was a gentleman that came to a business meeting, one of these students, he's not here this evening, that in his home country in Africa was a school principal. And because of the language barrier, he couldn't get a job as a janitor. See? So I know what these people have been through. My education was the cakewalk. Their education was uphill all the way, barefoot over broken glass. Clap again. Now I mentioned the idea of being a perfect fit. And the connection of the Crowder family to Ritenour adult education goes back over 70 years. And whoever's running the picture, it's time for Dad to be up there. The gentleman on the left is my dad, Robert G. Crowder. He was a man's man. He was as tough as a pine knot. And a career drill sergeant in the United States Army. He had all the stripes. And if you were late, he didn't want you to tell him why. When World War II was over, he wanted to make a career of the United States Army. He was told, Sergeant Crowder, you don't have a high school diploma. Sergeant is as high as you can go. He left the Army, he came to Overland, Missouri, but that stuck in his craw. And he knew any job, any position, not having a diploma was going to be a problem. As assertive and as aggressive as he was, he literally found out where the superintendent of the Ritenour district lived on Chaucer Avenue in Overland, and he went to Mr. Hake's house. He said, Mr. Hake, he said, I want a high school diploma. He said, and I want to have it from the Ritenour School District. Well, Mrs. Hake, you know, she thought, well, boy, this guy is really pushy, and I think she wanted him to leave, but Mr. Hake listened to my dad. He took my dad under his wing and arranged it so he could set in at Ritenour and not get an equivalent, but actually get his high school diploma. My dad in this picture is about 35, 6, 37 maybe. And you see Dr. Arthur Hake handing my dad his high school diploma over 70 years ago tonight. You see, I think it's also quite ironic that I'm here talking about my dad on the anniversary of D-Day. 73 years ago, the soldiers landed on Normandy. By this time of the day, many of them would literally have been bobbing in the ocean. My dad, 6th Infantry, World War II, was so proud of that Ritenour diploma. He lived to be 90. He lost a leg to diabetes, and it looked as if he was going to have to take the other leg to the same disease. He wanted a Ritenour graduation ring, and I made sure he got it, and it's with him tonight, folks. In addition to being a Ritenour graduate, my dad, and this is where we get into what I said about community involvement. He came to Overland. Overland was less than 10 years old. The city hall was a rented building on Lackland, and my dad became a friend of Mayor Norman A. Myers. That got him interested in community activities, building streets, developing a brand new city, and he became a great friend of Mayor Myers. When I was a little boy and Mayor Myers had come to the house, I would peep around the corner, and then the next day, I'd tell the kids at school, the mayor came to my house. That was a big deal. Now you talk about ironic. You know, I retired from teaching. I became a friend of Mayor Mike Snyder. He gave me all kinds of jobs, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Listen to this and see if this is ironic, a coincidence, or a divine intervention. Mr. Hake lived one door north of Mike Snyder on Chaucer. Ironically, the door that my dad knocked on 70 years ago is next door to the mayor that I work with every day in 2017. I think that's a little bit, little bit. So here's what we're going to do, and this is the way, and I was the teacher at Ritenour Middle for almost 40 years. The roughest thing I ever had to do in my life was to leave that job. And when it would get to be the last day, and I would be in a situation much like this is what I would tell my students. And the only change I'm going to make is in the last sentence. I want to change I to we.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. God bless the Ritenour District. And remember always that we love you. Thank you very much.
We are now ready for the most exciting part of the ceremony. Out of respect for the graduates here tonight, we appreciate you allowing each family to hear their graduate's name being announced before you share applause. We encourage you to share congratulations with every student on the stage as they receive a certificate. I would like to invite Ms. Shakisha Reed, one of our extraordinary AEL teachers, to help me with this. And I would like to invite Dr. Kilbride to the stage.
Yes. Woo!
Okay. Mr. Don D. Baldwin.
Donnie would like to obtain his degree in human resources. He's currently enrolled at St. Louis Community College at Forest Park. This is his second semester. So far, he has gotten straight A's and a 4.0 GPA. To obtain his bachelor's degree.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ms. Karen, Ms. Dawn, Ms. Gloria, and the rest of the Ritenour staff for giving him the push and encouragement that he can accomplish anything. Thank you very much. I love you all. I will never forget you guys.
Ms. Sylvia Azurdia.
Sylvia's plan to graduate from the Patient Peer Technician Program in July and then begin nursing school. Sylvia would like to thank God, her mom, daughters, brothers, and her husband for all of their support. And Miss Karen for always being very helpful.
Miss Sherry Bankhead Boyd.
Sherry would like to find a permanent job. Then she wants to go back to school for business management or more than likely nursing, and also do some traveling. Sherry wants to thank Ms. G for all of her encouragement from the start. She told her, I can do it. Mr. Tony for being the drill sergeant. Ms. Karen for the program. Ms. Dawn for keeping up on me and her family for moral support. Her husband standing by her and saying to never give up. But most of all, she wants to thank God for everything He's done.
Mr. Daniel Bethel.
So Daniel wants to pursue a full-time job or community college in video game development.
That's right.
He would like to thank Ms. Gloria, Ms. Karen, and Ms. Dawn.
Miss Diane Bradshaw.
Diane wants to enroll in college so that she can get her CPA license.
Yes!
And she wants to minor in social services so that she can help people with addiction. Diane would like to thank believing in her. Mr. Tony for being Mr. Tony. Diane said, I'm forever grateful, thankful for them and all that they have done. She will never forget you guys.
Miss Letitia Coleman.
So Letitia's going to be attending St. Louis Community College this summer and fall semester. Her major is going to be health information technology. She wants to thank her kids, her fiance, and the entire Ritenour staff for all of their support.
Miss Alyssa Cox.
Alyssa would like to go to college to get her cosmetology license. She's also thinking about getting a degree in child care or something in the medical field. Alyssa would like to thank Miss Kay for believing in her and pushing her to do better, as well as everyone who was a part of the Ritenour Adult Learning Center for giving her a second chance that she knows that she deserves.
Miss April Ennis.
Future plans, she's ready to go on some vacations with her family to become closer and then go out and do something amazing. She wants to thank her family and friends that have been by her side and her teachers that have helped her and her main man, God. She wants to thank God.
That's right.
Miss Caitlin Green.
Caitlin plans to attend college to become a veterinarian. She would like to thank her mom who supported her through everything.
Miss Kendra Griffin.
So Kendra plans to attend college to become a nurse practitioner in geriatric medicine. She wants to thank her husband and children for their patience and encouragement through this journey. She says, I love you. Last but not least, she wants to thank Ms. G and all the staff at the center for their help and support.
Miss Allison Hogan.
Get her medical assistant certification at Forest Park and then go on to college. She wants to thank Miss Karen, Miss Dawn, Miss Dee, and all of her classmates.
Miss Wendy.
God, her family, and most of all, her husband Michael for pushing her to reach her goal.
Ms. Holly Lanham.
Holly plans to go to nursing school.
Yay!
She would like to thank her grandmother, aunt, uncle, kids, and church family, and cousins.
Ms. Cameron Lloyd.
For web development and graphic design. She wants to thank her family and her teachers for believing in her.
Yeah.
Miss Jennifer McKnight.
Jennifer plans to enroll in college and progress in furthering her education and career choice. She wants to thank God and the entire support system He provided her, including but not limited to her family and the Ritenour teachers and administration. Specifically wants to thank her husband, Brooks and Miss Dawn, Miss Karen, and Mr. Tony. Thank you.
Miss Shalina Nettles.
Continue her education in the fall. She also plans on completing a book, and she wants to get it edited and published as well. She wants to thank her beautiful teacher, Miss Karen, her other beautiful teachers, Miss Dawn, Mr. Tony, the Ritenour School District for this opportunity. She also wants to thank her padre and church family and the rest of her family and friends for their support.
Melanie Lynn Phelps.
Melanie and her wife are in the process of opening up a home to foster care. She wants to further her career as a cake decorator in the culinary industry. Melanie would like to thank Miss Karen, Dawn, her wife, Patricia, her mother Sandra for believing in her and supporting her.
Miss Alicia Steve.
Alicia wants to pursue her dream of becoming a pharmacist, and going back to school is going to be her first start. She wants to thank her Lord and Savior, her children, her family, and guardian angel Coriel. She said, I love you guys, thank you.
Miss Casey Tompkins.
So Casey plans to get a job at Boeing and go to school. Her goal is to learn all that she can about minerals and crystal rocks, and she wants to do hot stone chakra massages. Her ultimate goal is to open up her own holistic store. She wants to thank her teacher, Miss Keisha, all of my family, and her support from her all of her family, and the support that she's received from her classmates.
Mr. Stephen Wallen.
He does plan to go to college and ultimately find a better job. He wants to thank his wife, his parents, and Miss Kay.
All right now. Mr. Percival Wilson.
Taking up computer technology, and also he wants to find a part-time job. He wants to thank his favorite person, Mrs. Karen, for being there for him when he needed someone. He says, I wouldn't be this far without you.
Aww. Miss Sakina Wilson.
Attend St. Louis Community College and major in health science physical therapy. She wants to thank God, her family, and friends for encouraging her throughout this entire process, and of course, the Ritenour staff for all of their support.
Let's give another round of applause to our graduates.
All right, the lesson from our graduates tonight is perseverance.
Yes.
Thank you again for joining us this evening. Tonight, these students have achieved one of their many goals and have now taken a huge step towards their future success. We hope you found this ceremony inspiring and encourage others in the same position to enroll in our free adult education program. A few important instructions before we dismiss. Please remain seated as our graduates exit. Then you may join them in the lobby for pictures and refreshments. We ask all of our graduates to immediately meet at the steps in the lobby area for a group photo. And then we will have all our graduates invite their children and families to join them for another group photo. After you exit the auditorium, all families are welcome to take photos in the lobby. One more photo opportunity tonight. AEL graduates, please stand if you're able. On the count of three, I invite you to celebrate your graduation with the traditional tossing of your caps. 1, 2, 3. Please have a safe trip home. Thank you and good night.